Hello, football fans. Welcome back to Goalside. There are unspoken rules in football which every good manager must follow if they want to achieve great things in their time at a club. One of the most important, for example, is that if you want to build a team that is forward-thinking, positive-minded, and highly successful, you have to ensure that it works together as an actual team and not as a collection of individuals who all want something different to the side. You must make it so that players feel that they belong to something and that the club's identity is important to each and every one of them. Partnerships and brotherhoods must form on and off the pitch, and group activities such as dinners, charity events, and special vacations are encouraged to improve the chemistry within a team. In fact, many of the most successful sides are those that have a department which concentrates on the players themselves as human beings and not just as football players. But what happens when you have trouble in the dressing room and the stars in your team don't seem to want to be friends anymore? Does it still work out for a manager when he has a gaping big chasm between two or more players in his side? Can a team still move forward when there are personal issues involved that cause internal conflicts? In this video, we're going to analyze the relationship between two of the current best players and teammates in world football, Liverpool FC's Sadio Mané and Mohamed Salah, and discover just what exactly is the truth among the rumors about their apparent anger towards each other. When it comes to Liverpool, things have gotten interesting for the Merseyside club. In recent times, this fallen giant, led by attack-minded Jurgen Klopp, has started to climb back to the top of European football, finally surpassing its English and continental rivals to win their sixth Champions League title in June of 2019, as well as a UEFA Super Cup trophy in August. With a front three that most clubs can only dream of, a magnificent central defender in the form of Virgil van Dijk, and two excellent choices for their goalkeeper position in Adrian and Alisson Becker, Klopp is currently leading a squad to win after win, many times crushing the opposing team without giving them a chance to defend themselves. However, is everything really all smiles and stability in the aforementioned front three that Liverpool are currently fielding? There have been rumors for quite a while now. Mohamed Salah, winner of the Premier League Golden Boot in both the 2017-18 and 2018-19 seasons, and holder of the record to most goals scored in a single Premier League campaign, has been growing quite selfish amongst his teammates, and has shown trouble in accepting that sometimes it's much better to just pass the ball to someone else and allow them to take a shot at goal instead of taking a difficult shot yourself. Even so, as previously mentioned, these were just rumors at first. As the matches passed, fans and rivals alike could see that Salah definitely set up more than one assist, several times sacrificing a possible goal of his own to pass it to one of his teammates. It was as if these rumors were only there to cause trouble. However, at the beginning of the 2019-20 season, after having won the Golden Boot again at the end of the previous season but having had to share it with his teammate Sadio Mané and Arsenal striker Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, it seems that Salah began to question the fact that assists were just as important as goals when it meant boosting his own numbers versus boosting those of everybody else as well. Several times Salah would be seen attempting an extra dribble past the last defender, looking up at goal instead of looking for teammates, attempting to put the ball in the net instead of in the path of one of his fellow forwards. It started to cause friction between him and fellow winger Sadio Mané. But on August 31st, 2019, the inevitable explosion finally arrived. Playing at a tough ground in the form of Turf Moor against Burnley, who had until that point had a mixed start to their league campaign with a win, a draw, and a defeat, Liverpool knew that they would have to take care to handle Burnley striker Ashley Barnes, who had already scored 4 goals in the opening 3 games and 13 in 2019, putting him only behind Sergio Aguero and Mané himself in the 2019 top goal scorer tallies. Despite this, the Clarets ultimately seemed to be no match at all for the Reds, who put 3 goals past the home side with ease, one of them an own goal coming from the head of Chris Wood. It would be a match with nothing much to talk about really until something huge occurred. It happened at the 85th minute as manager Jurgen Klopp made the signs for Sadio Mané to come off in place of Divock Origi. Just as he began to walk off the pitch, Sadio's face contorted in fury, and he began to gesticulate angrily at the bench, snarling angry words as he walked to take his seat. Suddenly, all the cameras were on him, and the commentators had stopped paying attention to the match. Mané sat, still visibly angry, and seemingly cursed at Klopp, who soon turned away smiling. The typically relaxed Senegalese striker had to be calmed by James Milner and Joe Gomez first, before Roberto Firmino also came in and laid a hand on his shoulder with a certain type of brotherly love. It would work to soothe him, although it left worrying questions up in the air that led many football analysts and fans to wonder, was something going on behind the scenes? Of course, video replays would tell us the exact moment which had infuriated Mané in such a way. Moments before his substitution, Mané had been watching from the left side of the box on his own as Salah attempted to fight his way out of 3 defenders who marked him on the right side. Calling out to him, Mané expected to receive a pass that was almost half a goal by itself, since it was incredibly difficult to miss from where he stood. But instead, Salah decided to take an inaccurate shot at goal which flew aside harmlessly for a goal kick. It wasn't the first time in the match when he'd done this, nor in recent matches either. Honestly, it looked like Salah had suddenly stopped caring about the performance of the team and was now hell-bent on improving his goal tally. It was all Mané could manage, and his ensuing tantrum was somewhat justified. Of course, Twitter and other social media platforms went mad over this scene, many rivals also using it as ammunition against Liverpool fans, who were admittedly less happy than they could typically have been with a 3-0 away win. The bittersweet win had meant 3 more points in the league race, but it also showed signs that everything was not as it seemed at the Scouse household. Reactions from current and former football stars, however, were mixed. Arsene Wenger, a guest on beIN Sports only a few days later, claimed that Salah was too obsessed with scoring goals and would have to learn to add certain qualities to his play if he wanted to be as good as Lionel Messi. Retired Liverpool striker Robbie Fowler, on the other hand, claimed that it was nonsense for people to claim that Mohamed Salah had done what any top goal scorer would have done or attempted to do, score a goal, claiming that a player like the Egyptian could only create an assist or score a goal, not both. Fowler asked what the hell people wanted exactly. Other experts made their opinions heard, and it seemed that the whole incident was spiraling out of control. Fortunately, however, we would soon hear the truth of the issue from both players themselves. Both Sadio and Mohamed had grown tired of the news making a mountain of a molehill, and they needed to quash any talk of an internal schism fast if they wanted to keep their excellent form up. It was time to talk in public about the event. First up was Jurgen Klopp, who, after the match, offered some comments on what he'd seen. According to him, the pair had no problem at all, and it was just a case of Sadio Mané naturally not being good at hiding his emotions. He added that it was just an emotional moment that happened during football that could happen in any other match or situation, and that it had been resolved. Jordan Henderson, Liverpool's holding midfielder and club captain, was interviewed next, being asked for an opinion on the event. Admitting that Sadio had certainly been furious at first for not receiving the pass, the situation had soon calmed down, as had the Senegalese winger. According to Henderson, Mané had entered the dressing room laughing and joking with Salah, and everyone had ended up celebrating the result instead of focusing on the bad moment. But finally, it would be Mané and Salah themselves who made everyone realize just what exactly was going on behind the scenes and what their relationship was actually looking like after the event. Both players would retweet a fan-made video of the two wingers' faces photoshopped on the heads of children running towards each other and embracing with big smiles, and Salah added laughing emojis to his message to clear up that he found it funny. Meanwhile, Mané would speak about the event in an interview on the TV channel Canal Plus. After being asked about the incident, Mané calmly said, "With Salah, that's all forgotten," before telling the interviewer that it was just something that could happen in football and that there were things that simply needed to be said instead of bottled up. He finished by telling everyone who was watching, "We've made up and have become good friends that we were before." So it seems that we finally got the truth in terms of this terrible fight and its consequences. There weren't any, to be honest. If you're still skeptical, we recently produced a video on Sadio Mané and his incredible story growing up and growing from rags to riches while still keeping his humility. Honestly, once you watch it, you'll realize that there's little chance that such a silly event would ruin his relationship with fellow winger Salah. Sadio is just too nice a guy, too humble, and too well-mannered to hold a grudge. Salah, meanwhile, sure, but aren't almost all goal scorers selfish? Maybe Messi makes plenty of passes, but does Cristiano Ronaldo? Did Zlatan rack up a large amount of assists? Or Alan Shearer? Was Ronaldo Nazario known for passing the ball in the box? Or Thierry Henry? No, goal scorers will always prefer to take the shot than pass the ball, and this shouldn't be overanalyzed. If his goals are the reason that Liverpool finally wins the 2019-20 Premier League trophy and end the historic bullying from rivals over never having won the title before, then all of his selfishness and the moments in which he preferred to shoot than to pass will be forgotten, and the only memory of how dangerous Mohamed Salah was will remain in the minds of Liverpool FC's fans and their history books. This has been all our analysis on the relationship between Sadio Mané and Mohamed Salah. We hope you've liked it. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content like this. We'll see you next time right here on Goalside.